Hey, welcome back. If this is your first time visiting with me, don't worry, you haven't missed much. We've only had one other session before this in this series, and this is our second one. We're going to continue on, so you don't have a lot to catch up on. I'm Ida, aka the Natural Tarot. I am a emotional and spiritual counselor. I am also a reader. Um, I have over 20 years of experience in business development, communication, counseling, and all of my life being a part of the spiritual world. I come from a family of readers, intuitives, empaths, etc. So I am pretty much versed in this, but I'm always aware that I can learn and I always want to help others learn. So I'm looking forward to getting to know you and for you getting to know me. Let's get started. Uh, the last session we had, it was the basic understanding of what tarot is and what are some of the things that partner with it to help us in this process of doing tarot. Um, and one of the main things we talked about that is such a helper, or what one of the things that I feel is the main thing, actually, we talked about a lot of things, is oracle cards. As you can see here, I have a plethora. There are some that you probably can't see because they're off screen, and I'm going to pull them into the shot so that you can as we go. But we're going to talk about oracle and the different types, sizes, shapes, etc. We're going to go into everything. So let's get started. Let's talk about what they are. Oracle cards are clarifiers. They basically are kind of like when you think of a word but you don't know the meaning, you look it up in a dictionary. But it's going to give you an understanding of what you're looking at or kind of what the cards are trying to tell you. Like I told you in the last video, when it comes to tarot, when it comes to oracle, when it comes to just reading candles, dreams, etc., it is there is never a specific. This is the definite way you have to do it. You have to lay out a certain spread. You have to none of that, none of that. It is all. No, it's not all. A huge percent of it is simply what comes natural to you. The remainder are the different things that you use. Now, if you're a person who can just read from being in a room with someone, then you need absolutely nothing. And if you're a person who can do that, but sometimes want to use tarot, that's perfectly fine too. This is all about you and what you want to do in using your gift. All right, so let's look at our oracle cards. You can see here I have some laid out in front of me that are similar shapes and sizes, but if I pull them in closer, you can see that there's going to be different artwork. I'm sorry, I think I got that one out of frame. There's going to be different artwork depending on the artist, depending on when it was created. Some of these go all the way back. This is actually a part of the Kipper deck, which is kind of the one of the original oracle decks. I won't say it was the first because I don't know for sure, but it is one of the first. I believe it came out of Russia. The original artist. I might be wrong, and I will always accept if I am. Here's another one here. And I want you to see how all of these artists are so different. The cards are just very different, just like tarot. They're always going to be different sizes, different shapes. These are some of the larger ones. Here. Okay, so look at this. Totally different size, right? And then this one, somewhere in the middle. Okay, so now that we've looked at that, what is the difference in these cards? Of course, you can say, okay, they're different artists, they're different, etc., but they actually work differently. The Kipper deck, I'm going to leave for last because it's one of the main ones that you're going to see a lot of readers use, including myself. It's just a fave. It's been around for a long time. It's the OG of the group, okay? So, here's one that is off camera that I'll bring in. It's a beautiful deck. A beautiful deck. It is the Isis Oracle. Now, you can see it's one of the larger decks. What you see here, this is not an oracle card. As I hold it up, you can see it is a book that goes along with the oracle cards. This deck, I love. It is beautiful. I would never use this when I'm doing a YouTube reading. And the reason why I would never use this while I'm doing a YouTube reading is because As you can see, although beautiful, there's not very much information on here. It says Spirit of Isis, Triumph of the Gods. Oh, sorry. If you can see, stay true and be in your own power. Now that one's kind of direct, but there's much deeper meanings to these cards. This is the back of them. Aren't they beautiful? There's much deeper meanings to this card, which is why it came with this book. Now, I put one of these cards in here, and I'll tell you why. If I was in a reading, I would not have a card in here already because you want it to just come out naturally and not pre-planned for a reading. Oh, and I apologize. I didn't mention at the beginning, one of the things about this series is if you just want to know the basics of tarot or you want to learn to become a tarot reader, I can teach you the basics of tarot and oracle cards and everything and how to become a reader. So you'll see me give an instructive on how to actually handle if you are dealing with a client or you're dealing with a friend that you're practicing tarot and you just do this for fun, whatever reason. But I'm going to talk you through the process of learning this so you don't feel so frustrated at the beginning. But I will give this disclaimer. I can teach you the basics of tarot and oracle cards and everything that goes along with it. I cannot teach you to be a reader. I firmly do not believe that you can. I believe it is a gift that certain people have. They're born with it, and that some people do not. And it doesn't make them better or worse. Everybody has their gifts, and we can't all have the same. But I can't teach you to be intuitive. I can't teach you to be an empath. I can't teach you the side that comes from your natural birthright. But I can teach you a general understanding of it. It's kind of like someone learning an instrument, and you'll see someone who learned how to do the basics on the piano, and then you'll recognize the person who is just an artist, you know? So, and that's in every field. I am not a pro athlete because that was not my gift, but I'm a pro reader, okay? And there's plenty of pro athletes that aren't pro readers, and we're all wonderful. Okay, so once we get in to this book, the reason why I did it early is because I wanted you to see this is not something that I would do if I was doing a general reading for everyone and I'm quickly trying to do something, because there is literally a book written about this. That's 4.5 pages. You do not have time to do that in a general reading where you have a bunch of people. But if you have a one-on-one person, you know you're going to be with them for 30 minutes to an hour, you have time to do this. You have time to, or if you're sending them a video, you have time to do this and get it out to them. All right? But you would not want to do this if you're doing a quick read. But as you can see, this is a very beautiful deck. Now, something like this is the same as the one we just went over, but there's nothing written here. Nothing. See if the camera will let that come in. There we go. There's nothing written on these cards. Now, there are some who are intuitive and will get a feeling from these cards. Great. That is fabulous. That is wonderful. There are some who will not, and they will need the book. This one comes with the book. Great. Fabulous. That is wonderful. None of us are the same, and that's why we're all beautiful. Okay, yes, and you will pick up on the fact that I am extra corny, and I love it. I love it. I'm a peace, love, and happy person, and I love it. Okay, so you can see this young lady. I see sorrow. I see her feeling like she's running out of time. I see her feeling pressure, loss, trying to figure out what she needs to do, not wanting to miss her opportunity. And someone else may see this card and see something totally different, right? And they also can read the book. So you have an option with this card. This one, first of all, artwork is beautiful. Those of you, I'm gonna date myself, who remember the Magical School Bus, it looks kind of like that, those characters. But this artwork is totally different. Very cute little witch there. Okay, and it has things written here. Seasonal harvest. All right, and it's very short and brief and to the point. This one actually has a book of its own too. There are some who do not have a book that are very brief like this, but I'm going to show you an example later on in the video of how we would use this with tarot. Some oracle cards are simply meant to be clarifiers. That's it. They're not going to give you anything in depth. They don't come with a book, and that's okay. Some are so in depth you can use them for the full reading and you wouldn't need tarot cards. You know? So this is one that is very brief and to the point, rebirth and reinvention, and I'll show you how this goes on. I've often seen this one pop out when I see the death card or the Ten of Swords, which is an ending, meaning that, but because a lot of people forget that oftentimes when we see death or ending, it doesn't mean that it is the end. It means that it is a rebirth and a restart, and that's what this card represents here. Let's skip over to Kipper. I love the Kipper. I keep wanting to grab it because this is my favorite. All right, here we go. This one is the Oracle of Shadows and Light, and I apologize, I don't think I said the names of the other ones, so I will say the names of the other ones. This is what the packaging looks like. It's the Oracle of Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish. Cavendish or Cavendish? I might be saying that completely wrong also. All right. Here we go. See these young ladies? They remind me of the Brat dolls from back in the day. They're so cute. They're great for Halloween. I love Halloween stuff. All right. Violet Angel. Isn't she cute? They're all looking sad and depressed, but super cute and adorable. All right. So they're very simple and to the point too. Fairy of the Highland. It is time to be brave. But although short and sweet, I understand what it is time to be brave means. You don't need a book for this, and it is actually giving you some guidance and clarity, which is what Oracle is for. It is there to clarify. It can be a fortune teller or full reading, a reading, or it's just simply a guide. All of that it can be. There's the Eclipse Mermaid, a powerful energy shift. Okay? So I'm not going to go through all of these because we'll be here forever. Oh, wait a minute, let me show this. This is one of the most popular ones. The Romance Angels. This is what the packaging looks like. This is what the cards look more kind of like Victorian Romanesque type artwork. This is an older Oracle deck that has been redone over the years. Okay, so we're not going to go through all of them, but I want to show you how this works with tarot. It's my tarot deck. It's one of my favorites. I did not bring the box in here with me, so I do not remember the name. You will hear me say often that I do not remember the name. And speaking of that, in the last session, I talked about somebody who I thought was amazing, an amazing reader here on YouTube. And her name was Spiritual TT. I got a reading for her on my birthday, August 3rd. Put it in your calendar. It's a national holiday as far as I'm concerned, and I expect for it to be celebrated. All right. Now that you know, I warned you I was corny in the beginning. You're just going to have to deal with it. But Spiritual TT, I apologize. I did not remember the beginning of her name. Probably I was nervous. It was my first video. She is amazing. She's one of the women that do the, the Divine Feminine Conference, which with Mystic Beauty. Those ladies are doing powerful things. They're wonderful readers. They're two people you really should listen to. Fire Intuition is one also. And I believe, and I know I did, I mentioned Bahati Life. I adore her. These are just great readers online. As you're going through this process and learning, you see how they deal with Oracle cards. Watch their videos on just flat out readings. Even some of their old ones, because you're learning versus actually getting a message, and see how they handle Oracle and how they use them. It will help you. Ignore the way I shuffle. If you have not noticed, this is a very small deck. It's actually smaller than these. So you can see I have small hands, and everybody makes fun of me, especially when my family is playing cards and spades and everything else. I do not shuffle. Some people, you get on there and they're shuffling like they're in Vegas. I don't do it. I don't care. Hush. All right. So let's see here. All right, and that's how I cut. All right, so when I'm doing tarot, Lord, okay, I simply just begin to shuffle. Sometimes they're everywhere, but I take the ones that fly out. I'm only going to do a few here because I want to show you how Oracle works with this, and it worked very quickly for me. So I have the Ten of Swords. We just talked about that, where this one often comes out with it. It may have come out because this card is there. Ten of Swords is usually ending. Usually you'll see 10 swords in someone's back and on the ground. And oftentimes it'd be very bloody and gory, or to be very spiritual. But this one is clearly after an ending. It's showing the new birth. So if this card fell with it, just to let you know, or if this tarot had been the one with the 10 of swords with the actual swords in it, this one would let you know, hey, this is actually a rebirth. It feels like a death. Something did end, but it is not the end. Okay? So that would go with that card. Six of Pentacles. This is somebody trying to work together, reaching back, trying to make sure that things are balanced now where they may not have been. You see the sign of even flow, universal flow, right? Oh, let me see if that's good. There we go. You see that little background sign. You see how it's a passing of pentacles, a passing of love, of wealth, etc. here. So this new birth is bringing in fairness, equality, right? This is the Fool. The Fool is actually going to be the first card in our series when we start learning about the deck of tarot, which is 78 cards, but we'll go into that later. So in tarot, they always start with 0. And I don't know if you can see that because it's so little at the bottom, but there's a little 0 there. And the Fool usually is depicted as a little guy running around with his dog, but this one has a girl, which me being a woman myself, I love that. And she is just letting go. After this new birth, this ending, this new beginning, she's just letting go, being free, and accepting that it's okay. It is time for balance. So let's say I was not a reader and I didn't see that in these cards, and I was trying to figure out, what are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me here? And I shuffle my oracle and this one falls out. And it says rebirth and reinvention. Rebirth and reinvention. Ten of Swords, ending. And new beginning. Six of Pentacles, even exchange. A natural flow. Okay? The Fool, accepting it is what it is. This Fool does not have a bag. She is not taking anything with her. She is leaning over a cliff, but clearly the water has made itself into has made itself into a beautiful flower to catch her. She is ready. She is where this card is telling you she is. Rebirth and reinvention. And that is what Oracle is for. It's one of the main reasons. It's to clarify what you're looking at here. Now, let's talk about, you'll notice that I'm very careful how I put my cards back. I'm neat with them. I'm gentle with them because we are working with energies here. These tools are here to help us. They love us. They care for us. We're calling in good energy. So you want to respect anything that is respecting you. Or you want to show respect so things will respect you and people will respect you. So I respect my cards in the same way. Now, here we go. This is the part I could not wait to show you. I'm going to take this off screen for a moment because this are just note cards. They're just, study note cards, flashcards, whatever you want to call them. The normal basic ones that we did in school, where you would study for a test, etc. Just the note cards. But this can become a fabulous oracle deck. And I really hope that you all try this, especially before you invest in a deck. And the reason why, one of the people I see use this all the time, and I love hers, is Spiritual TT. And she'll she gets so excited. It is so funny to me because she gets so excited. She'll, look, it says it right here. Look. And it is so funny because it's like, she is so passionate about what she does. She loves She loves you. She loves us, all of us who are watching her and dealing with these things. And you can see she takes the time. Like if she feels like these aren't good enough tools or she can't get the message out she's trying to, she'll write it in plain English. And by that I mean, here's some I wrote out. And if you all make fun of my handwriting, I will come and get you. I can see you. No, I can't. I hope I didn't scare anybody. I cannot see you. Do not freak out. Okay. When people find out that you read tarot or you're stepping into your natural psychic powers, they're all of a sudden going to think you're just sitting there reading their mind. Do not scare people. I cannot see you through a camera, and I cannot read your mind, but I know what you're feeling, and I'm watching. I'm just playing. I'm sorry. I'm a little crazy. Okay. Look. Here we go. Here's some that I wrote. Things are not what they seem. Right? So if I have a tarot laid out and I'm like, things are not what they seem, or excuse me, I can't really figure out what's going on here, or you tell me, hey, I don't really get what you're trying to tell me, and then I pull out this card that I wrote in plain English. Things are not what they seem. This person is not who they are representing themselves to you to be. This person is wearing a false mask. Something is wrong or different here, right? This is plain English, written in your verbiage, how you and your friends, your girls, your bro, your whoever, how you all talk and understand. Nah, bruh. Yes, ma'am. Oh, dirty hole. I don't know. That was really ridiculous. I don't know how people. All I can tell you is how I talk. I don't say any of those things. But okay, here we go. All right. How about this one? It's time to let go. I've needed that plain and simple English once or twice in my life. I'm for clips. Okay. Yeah, I got a little emotional there. Forgive me. Thinking about somebody who broke my heart. Oh, Lord, we all been there. Or if you haven't been there yet, I feel for you. It's coming. No, it's not. I'm just playing. I'm sorry. All right. This is love. Oh, wouldn't you love to get that? If you're seeing or reading about somebody you're interested in or crushed, and you're like, I don't know what this is. How do they really feel? And this is love. There's no sensitive, nothing. There's no, it's plain. It's plain English. This is love. Okay? All right, so that's how you make your cards. And you can get these cards in bright colors. You can get them with different designs. You can design your own. You can laminate them once you do them. But play around with this and do it. Make your own cards. I just told you, veteran readers do this. We love this kind of stuff. Well, not everybody, but a lot of us do this. And it has nothing to do with, if I didn't have the money, if I do. But hey, if you do not have the money right now, do this. You don't have to break the bank. So, we can finally talk about the Kipper. Oh, the Kipper. I love the Kipper. The Kipper is actually meant to be a fortune-telling deck. It was meant, can you see that? Oh, there we go. Let's zoom in. Fortune-telling deck. None of those words came out correctly, but you can read it, I believe. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. Here's the thing. When you look at this deck, it's very simple, plain English. Marriage. You see that? Can we see it? I don't think we can. There we go. Marriage and a couple right there. Expectation. This woman just waiting in the window, waiting on something, expecting something. Thoughts. That kind of looks like the woman in the window. He's thinking about her, right? What is it? Thoughts. The thinking man. He is thinking about this woman and she waiting on him. All right. We got to get them together. Okay. Coffin. Yeah, a lot of people panic when they see this. No, in tarot and oracle readings, it is just like in your dreams. Death does not always mean someone's going to die. It sometimes means that something is ending, especially in dreams. If you dream that you died, it may mean that life as you know it is changing. Who you were, and those of us who have made it past 20, 30, or however far, we know you live several different stages of life, lifetimes in one life. Okay? So it may be death to the life as you know it, and something new is coming in. So don't panic when you see this. It also can mean an actual death. Okay? I actually saw this in a reading right before my grandma passed away this past September, and it was real. It was real. Okay? Imprisonment. This is another dual meaning card, just like coffin. This can mean that somebody's actually in prison or dealing with legal issues that might put them in prison. It also can mean that they're trapped in something they don't want to be. Maybe they're trapped at a job that they no longer want to be at, or they're trapped in a relationship with a karmic or somebody blackmailing them or bribing them or holding them hostage with children or any kind of thing. Imprisonment, right? So we don't want to be so literal because it changes depending on the situation you're in. But the Kipper deck I love. It could be a fortune telling deck, a telling deck. I don't know why I can't talk right now. Maybe because it's past my bedtime and I'm up filming. But I just wanted to get this out to y'all. We have a full moon coming up this Halloween, and I hope and I pray that a chunk of this series is up for Halloween, for the full moon, the first blue moon in 76 years. 76 years, the first full blue moon, which is why people say every blue moon, meaning, hey, it's a lot of time before you saw somebody or did something, etc., that went in between seeing them. Okay, so I'm hoping that I get this out then. If you all over there laughing at my shuffling, shut up. And as I get to know you, I will tell you to shut up. I hope you're not offended, because it's going to happen again. It only means that I love you. All right, here we go. Ooh. Community. Oh, those of you who have never shuffled, I'm probably not the one to teach you, but I can tell you, I am pulling up and taking my thumb. I am not forcing the cards back in here, because then you begin to wear the edges. They're going to wear out anyway, but you really wear them out too early. So I'm taking my thumb and kind of pulling as I go back down, okay? One foot here. High honor. Okay, these want to come out. We're going to do a quick reading. We're not going to get too deep into this. Okay, we have the community card, high honor, the journey, and a message. Every reader might read this different. Oh, and I see last here, wealthy man. I want to pull this last one. I want to pull this last. Okay, let's just do. There we go. Ooh, look, I cannot explain this. I can just tell you, when you know you're a reader, like right now, I am pulled. Like I feel this kind of cooling, brisk pulling sensation. Like, take this next card. Take this next card. It's telling me to do this reading. So forgive me. There's going to be a reading at the end of this. Oh, and from the looks of it, I hope it's mine. Ooh, look at, okay. That's it. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry. When I said that's it, that's what I heard in my head. And no, I'm not hearing, I want to be very careful with this. I am not hearing an audible voice. It is the same voice that you hear for me when you get a feeling of, I don't want to go down that alleyway, or I don't want to do this. I've heard my spirit guides talk to me in my dreams, or talk to me. I do not hear someone as clear as I am talking to you now. Hey, I'm going to the store, this, that, and the other. You need to. I don't hear that. And I will tell you this. That does not mean other readers do not. It's a feeling I get, and I literally hear it, but I can't explain it. It's the same voice. It never tells me to do anything wrong. If what you hear is telling you to do something wrong to someone, seek help. And I don't mean, well, yeah, I guess you could seek mental help. I deal in mental health, but also seek spiritual help and cleansing and things like that on both ends. So seek both, because that is not what you should be hearing. Okay, so with this reading, I heard that's it, so that's it. Oh, and look, that one's trying to come off. It tried to come off. Okay, here we go. So what I'm looking at, community. Community sometimes means, let me just read this really quick and then I'll break it down to you. Community, high honor, somebody is concerned, either they're concerned about, they really care about what the community thinks, or they want the community to know about something. They're interested in what the community thinks and how they're represented or what they put out into the world. And they're looking at high honor. They want to be seen as this person of high honor. And that community could be the actual community, or it could be their family, or it could be one individual that they want to talk about, but somebody outside of themselves. They want them to see them in this high honor, in this journey that they've been on, and this is, I'm feeling like a journey of change, which the card that was trying to come out says change. Okay, so I'm feeling like a journey of change, like this, not necessarily an actual physical journey, or it might be, but a journey of change where they're saying, hey, look, I want you to recognize that I'm not who I was. I have changed. I guess this rebirth and this. One of the things you'll notice with cards, whew, forgive me, I feel it's such a strong pull when these cards are out at me. I literally feel them when I get into a reading. When I get into this, which is why I sage, and I saged and prayed before I started all of this, and protect myself, because I can feel the energy coming in and pulling on me, and it drew my eyes back to this, where this person wants you to see that they've been on this rebirth, this renewal, this reinvention of themselves, and they felt like they were running out of time, like things were just they couldn't get it done quick enough, but they have been trying, and they feel like under pressure. But it's this message coming in that they want to send about this becoming this wealthy man. There's a wealthy man here. And it says message right here. This wealthy man that was in poverty, but now he's becoming this wealthy man, and he wants to be this, what he views as what he should be, this man and child and privileged lady, meaning like this man wants to be, I guess, the stereotype of what a man, what people used to view a man should be. This person has old values, old school values, not necessarily bad or good, just old school values of, I want to be this honorable man in this, and it's not, that is not old school to be honorable, but they want that. I want to be this man that stands by my wife and my child, and my wife views herself as a lady of privilege, which here's a card here that popped up. Let me scoop these over so they're in the screen. Okay, this was here at the end. Let me see, can I get it? Can you get it? I'll push this out the way. This was here at the end. They want to make her feel like a lady of privilege, but this person is not with the person who, that's what the community represented. This lady of privilege, this person who wants to make lady of privilege, he wants her to see him. This is a divine masculine. This is a divine masculine. I keep trying to force this back to just an oracle reading, but here's the actual reading, guys. I'm sorry. You'll notice as you get into this, when spirit wants to talk, when God, what you call spirit, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, I believe in God. When God wants to talk, he talks. And I see that this divine masculine wants this lady who he wants to be the privileged lady, or to view herself as the privileged lady, for being able to be with, not like she had to earn him, but that she's proud that that's her man, her husband. That's the community that he wants to see, that see him in high honor, to see him as this man with these values and this beauty of love and loyalty and honesty, a man of integrity, that he's gone on this journey of change, of rebirth and renewal, and that he wants, and that he wants this message to get to her. He wants to give her this message of, I'm now this man, wealthy, yeah, maybe wealthy with money, but also wealthy in love and spirit. I'm an honest man, I'm a good man. Whatever I was, I'm not anymore, and I have decided to step into my best self. I am this man now. I am this wealthy man. I am no longer deprived in morals, oh God. I'm no longer deprived in morals, in loyalty and honesty. I am here to be this man. I am here to be this man. I am the wealthy man, and I want to make you my wife. I want to show you who I am now. I see you as someone who I can build this life with, a wife and children and things like that. And I want you to be the privileged lady. I want you to see how important you are to me and feel that way. I want you to be your best, not because you can't be without me, but that I add to your life, that I make you feel as though not only are you happy and content in yourself, but I am the icing on the cake. I came in and I added to your life rather than taking from you. I am not who I was. I am not that anymore. But this man feels this pressure on him. He feels this. And you'll notice that in tarot and oracle, it doesn't matter if you're looking at a man or a woman, all energies comes through here. But right now I'm feeling, and I should stop saying a man, it's a masculine energy. That could be same sex relationships, in hetero, a heterosexual relationship. The woman can have a masculine energy and the male has a female energy. It 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 doesn't matter. We're spirits in the shell in this body. It doesn't matter, okay? But this person, this for some reason I keep hearing man. It's like some man is trying to get through to me. He feels like he's running out of time. He's sad and he's pressured. Wow. And he's saying your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. He loves that this lady values herself. She knows her worth. She knows who she is and that what she brings to the table and she can do with or without him. That is why something about her energy has forced him to step into his best because he could not bring her mess. He could not bring her mess. Remember I told you poverty. Remember I told you don't be so literal with these words. This could be morally deprived. This could be a ghoster. A ghoster. This could be a person who is always, running around with everybody doing this, doing that. And he wants her to see, hey, I'm not that man anymore. I'm not that little boy, that immature, um, deprived, poor in maturity, poor in accountability. I am a man now. I'm a man, and I wanna add to your life. I wanna change. I wanna change things. What is this? I'm being drawn to this one too. Express your sensuality. Isn't that beautiful? Look at their artwork. That's gorgeous. Express your sensuality. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Someone is out there wanting to contact their divine feminine. Do it. Do it immediately. She wants you to contact her. And I apologize, normally I don't say male or female, but this one is either a strong masculine energy or a male. And a female or a strong feminine energy. I just don't want to say it flat out because we are in so many different ways, so many different makeups and everything. And here's the thing. One of the things you're going to learn in the spiritual world is that we love you and accept you exactly the way you are, or they're not walking in the right path. They're not walking the way they should. But in this one, this is a divine masculine who could be male or female, and a divine feminine who could be male or female. And this divine masculine wants to contact his divine feminine and let her know, I've changed. And I've always loved you, but I know how to love you now. All right. That was a full reading with oracle cards. Now, if any of you want a reading or coaching on how to do this on a one-on-one basis, counseling, etc., you can contact me at thenaturaltarot.com. You can contact me directly at ida@thenaturaltarot.com. And I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you, and thank you for allowing me to take up some of your time, and I hope I helped you. And whoever this message was for, call, text, send a letter, send a smoke signal, contact your divine feminine. She loves you. Have a great day.